the theme of this one.
Okay.
We're gonna go through the movie Batmans, and we're gonna try to find out which one is the most dangerous Batman.
Which one is the most dangerous Batman? Okay.
Like, what's the most dangerous Batman? So I guess we'll start with Adam West here.
Okay.
Which that looks just like Adam West.
Not really, but okay.
It's his outfit.
Yeah. Well.
And we're not gonna play like the main game. We're just gonna do like the challenges and shit.
Okay. If you guys want to check out the Adam West Batman, get this box set. I don't even know if it's still available, but find it on eBay or something.
Yeah.
And this is how you should watch that series. This is one of the best Blu-ray box sets ever made. So
I'm so glad they finally made that because of all like the red tape over who owned it for years.
It was just so overdue.
So Adam West Batman. Let's see how dangerous he is. Let's talk about him.
Let's get dangerous.
So how would you rank Adam West fighting?
Okay, well, I remember one episode of the show where there was a villain. I think his name was Shane or something, and he was like
Shane, right? Yeah.
Shane, right?
Yeah.
He was a cowboy, like kind of character, and so they're having they always do the brawl with the pow and the bop and all that stuff, and there was like a bar fight in like an old saloon, and one of Adam West's moves, because I think they probably made some of it up on the spot.
Yeah.
Like they probably did some choreography, but a little bit of it is just like improv, I think.
Yeah.
And there was one point where he gets down on the ground and he's like sliding his ass like along the ground, and I'm like watching. It's very brief, but I'm like, this is a Batman. He's like sliding his ass on the ground. What kind of move is that? So in my opinion, the Adam West Batman is my favorite Batman of all time. Like not even it should come back.
Yeah,
it's like a glitch. But I do have to say, as far as the most dangerous Batman, he is definitely the most dangerous Batman.
Oh, he is?
Yes. Because what other Batman slides his ass on the ground? That's dangerous shit.
I don't know. His fighting skills are kind of weak. I will say, though, he's great at planning ahead. Like, he always has a gadget for something.
Well, doesn't all Batman have that?
Not all of them. But he has, like, very specific gadgets. So I actually would kind of be... Even though he's not very good at, like, fist fighting and whatnot, he doesn't have the ninja moves that other Batman does have, I'd still be kind of wary that he would have something in his belt that could take me out.
Should I say all versions of Batman, or all versions of Batman, or all Batmen?
Batman.
Batman? Say Batman?
Yeah.
Okay. All the Batmen.
Let's see what the chat thinks. How would you guys rank Adam West's danger level as Batman?
Yeah, let's see what they say. Adam West would make Chuck Norris his bitch, says Ryu Kang, 1995. If you want to see Batman fight badly, watch the old Batman and Robin serial. Do you know there was two of them? There was one from the 30s and one from the 40s.
Yeah, we've been playing them
40s.
in the background for rental reviews.
That's right.
He has a couple of them.
Public domain, I think.
Here's another thing about the Adam West Batman has. He has a Robin, which not all Batmen have.
That's true.
Does that increase his fighting? I would rate him Adam West out of 10. Adam West is the most silky. He is.
Robin doesn't do shit. It's all Batman.
All right, so we're ranking Adam West.
Robin always gets kidnapped or captured, and then Batman's like, fuck. Again with this shit? I thought you were supposed to be like fucking helping me. And he's like, right. And he says, fuck you, Robin.
So we're going to move on to the next movie, Batman. Right. 89.
Okay.
All right, so Michael Keaton, he's completely armored, but he's not very mobile.
Yeah, they're saying he can't turn his neck, and that's a huge disadvantage.
Yeah, and his fight scenes are kind of awkward. Like, there's one in Batman Returns where he, like, to dodge, like, a punch, he has to bend completely over instead of, like, down.
If you think about it, if you watch the 1989, like, Batman movie, it is true. He kind of, like, does, like, this and this to look. It is kind of bad, isn't it?
Yeah, and Tim Burton, he's not a good action director at all. Like, you can like those movies, but you have to admit, like, the action's not very good.
I mean, he's good at, like, quirky, like, comedy, weird stuff, like Pee-wee's Big Adventure and Edward Scissorhands and Ed Wood. Like, that's his strengths, you know?
But the Michael Keaton Batman, he's completely armored. Doesn't have too many gadgets compared to the other Batman, but what he does have is the ability to murder people outright. He kills so many goddamn people. It's kind of shocking.
Like in Batman Returns.
And the first one, too. The first one, which I mentioned before.
Oh, what about that guy he sends off the clock tower at the end?
Yeah, he fucking he murders the Joker. People are like, "Oh, he's trying to attach him to a statue," and it's like, "Yeah, but he knew what was happening."
That's true.
And also,
he didn't try to save him.
Yeah, he didn't try to save him. He has like a fucking murder vehicle that he can just.
So we are getting into the vehicles too, like what
I mean,
what they have.
we'll talk about the vehicles themselves,
Okay.
but I just would say like that's one thing he has access to is like vehicles that can annihilate people. Like the fucking Batmobile blows up that whole chemical factory. Mm-hmm. Also, the chemical. All right, so he's trying to stop the Joker for spreading gas all over the city. He blows up that chemical factory. He's like, where do you fucking think all those chemicals are gonna go? They're gonna like blow into the city. But yeah, Michael Keaton, like, he is a very dangerous Batman. Like, he has no qualms about killing at all. He'll strap dynamite to you. Like, he doesn't even know what that big strongman clown did. Like, that guy could have been his first day being a bad guy. He's like, hey, look, I'm doing this for the money, you know, my daughter's sick, and Batman just straps a piece of dynamite to him.
Can we talk about, like, also the game?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess this is, but like you could be doing this level with any of the Batman characters. Batman, yeah. How about just the Arkham like Batman?
He's pretty dangerous.
Like, I think he's pretty fucking dangerous.
I feel like every single, I was limited to this to just movie stuff. Okay. But yeah, the Arkham Batman, every single punch and kick he throws is a punch and kick that would murder a man. But yeah, Michael Keaton, I think he's the most dangerous just because he has the ability to mass murder. Like that bomb on his Batmobile that blows up the factory. The Batwing has all those weapons, and he has no qualms about using it.
He's a murderer.
I think he's high on the list of dangerous Batman. But one-on-one in a fight, he's not that. He's much like Adam. Adam West just lacked the skill. Michael Keaton, he's like limited by his suit. It's not that very good for fighting.
It's not fair because Adam West, he was still Batman.
Yeah.
And in the '60s, he didn't have as much experience. By the time it was the 1990s, he had been fighting for years.
You know that's a different Batman. They're not the same.
What's this?
Different Batman.
What's it? Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? So he's definitely. It's kind of an unfair comparison, you know, as far as I'm concerned.
So that's Michael Keaton. I'm ranking him high on the danger level. What do you guys think before we move on to the next one? Let us know what you think about Michael Keaton.
About Michael Keaton's Batman. Is he dangerous?
Michael Keaton would have killed all those penguins if he had. How much better Batman Returns have been if he was just like stabbing the penguin?
All right, what Batman are we going to now?
Well, this game doesn't have.
Does it have the Christopher Nolan?
It has the Nolan one. It doesn't have. It doesn't have the Kilmer Clooney one. But I'm gonna rank them pretty low.
I mean, just nipples. They lose. Okay, so Christian Bale scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
But I do have to say, I love him in American Psycho.
Yeah.
Not the whole movie. Like, I don't really like the ending, but I really like the card scene.
Oh yeah.
I think that's a good scene. But he's fucking scary in that movie. He's murdering people with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
Anyway, when I think of Christian Bale and all that, I kind of think of that at first, actually, before I think of Batman. So I think he's. But as Batman, sure, he's dangerous. Look at the movie you starred in.
Yes, my starring film, Dark Knight Rises. Well, I mean,
by the way, did you get that image I sent you? I found you in the movie.
Mike found me in the. I'll post the picture of it. Mike found me in Dark Knight Rises.
I did.
Yeah, I can't believe you were able to zoom in and find me. I was shocked.
Hey, you know how fucking long that took me?
Fighting wise, I think he's the top. He was trained by literal goddamn ninjas. Like Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul, whatever you want to call him. The movie they call him Ra's. Like, he's trained by ninjas. He knows how to fucking annihilate people.
Was he not as well in the Batman animated series?
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. Like, the comics ended up doing this whole thing where he's trained by ninjas. That was worked in the animated series. It was worked into the Nolan films. So he knows how to, like, take people out. Like, that whole movie, those three movies, there's not many people who actually, like, can stand up to him physically. Like Liam Neeson a little bit, but only because he trained him. And then Bane, only because Bane was also trained by Liam Neeson. So like, they're the only two that actually are able to like match him in a fight. Like the Joker doesn't really do a good job of fighting him. He kind of has to pull moves like stabbing him and shit.
And not to like, sort of go off of subject, but I just want to know, because it's in my head, if you right now had to pick the most dangerous Batman villain, Who would you throw out? Just throw out.
In what continuity? Like
Anything. Just anything.
So I'm a little out of loop with the comics these days, but I'd probably say Ra's al Ghul, just because the whole like army aspect. He has like his own little private army.
Okay. I would say the Siren.
Siren? Which one's that?
We'll look up a clip later, and you'll know.
Okay. He seems to he's not really tech savvy. Like Morgan Freeman has to explain all his gadgets to him.
That's true.
And there's so many gadgets that he could use early, and he just doesn't.
I think, Batman's all about the gadgets. I think that's a big hit on the Christian Bale version, and I think you're right about that.
He has the gadgets, but he doesn't use them well. Like Dark Knight Rises, he has that, those little trank things that knock people out. Yeah. It's like, hey, that would have been good to use against Bane, you idiot. Yeah.
Michael Keaton was way better with the tech, and I think they all were.
There was some good stuff that he did with the tech. I love the scene where he goes to China and he has the parachute thing that attaches him to the plane. I'm like, that's fucking awesome.
But again, didn't he not make that?
He didn't make
anything.
Well, because they wanted Nolan was big into James Bond stuff.
You're right. Oh, it was like Q.
Yeah, they wanted to, which was kind of what was happening in the comics. I think Morgan Freeman, what's his face? Lucius Fox kind of was becoming that.
Right.
At that time.
I don't like that. I like that Batman makes it.
I don't mind it.
Yeah. Because my thing is, if he's the one that makes it, he knows how to use it really well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Every gadget he uses, it's kind of like he's using it for the first time.
Yeah, exactly.
That EMP gun that he uses, Dark Knight Rises, but then the cop shoots it, it's gone. It's oh, his gadgets are that weak.
The chat is saying James Rolfe as Batman is the most dangerous.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Well, Mega Bat Friend, I think, is the best Batman.
Oh. Yeah, no, I don't think that's him. I think it's Mega underscore Bat underscore Friend underscore.
Oh, by the way, I have a. Here, maybe the chat can help me out with this. I decided that if I get 10,000 subs on YouTube, I'll tattoo the Joker fan logo onto me. the little skull.
Does the chat get to decide where?
No, I'm not going to give him that kind of freedom. But Christian Bale, the one thing that stops him from being super dangerous is that he has the no killing rule. However, in those movies, he kind of kills a bunch of people on accident. Actually, the Nolan movies did a good job of getting around his no killing rule. It's oh, Batman, I gotta shoot this car to stop it because there's a bomb on it. And then the bad guys get hit with the shrapnel. I'm like, all right.
All the superheroes are a big fucking problem because Batman created the Joker, right?
And then the Joker,
I mean, in some versions. So
there are versions that say he was fucked to begin with,
right.
And Batman just kind of added the theatrical part to him,
right?
Which I guess is what the Nolan version kind of implied.
So. Superheroes are just a problem in general.
So I'm going to rank Christian Bale high, but his no-killing rule stops him from being too dangerous. I'm going to put him... If he had the no-killing rule, he'd beat Michael Keaton right away. But he has the no-killing rule, so I'm going to put him underneath Michael Keaton.
Okay.
So I think we got Michael Keaton, Christian Bale. I think Adam West is at the bottom. I don't think he's that dangerous.
I definitely think Michael Keaton is more dangerous than Christian Bale. And if you want me to give you a serious answer about the Adam West one, if you really watch the show, he really does have so many fantasy devices, things that are so ridiculous. But if you're gonna take that as one of the things he can do, he would make crazy ass devices that would just win any situation. It's almost unfair, actually.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if he's allowed to use his devices, sure. Yeah. But I'm totally going with you that his fighting skills blow. They're the worst. Also, if we are doing film versions, I do want to throw... We should just say, technically the serial versions are on film.
Yes.
So I used to watch those, and I remember him not being that great at fighting and stuff.
I watched them recently, and they're pretty bad.
Yeah.
I guess we'll get... Let's just do Val Kilmer real quick.
Okay, sure.
Val Kilmer... Really, in that movie, we've been talking about how, the old suits were limited. I think Batman Forever, even though he was limited by the movement, the way they filmed the fight scenes it was almost seamless. Like his fight scenes in that are really, really good.
Okay.
Even though he had the same limitation as Michael Keaton, I just think whoever directed it, or they maybe had a better choreographer.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, hey, let's cut it here so we don't show him like doing all that. He's a really good fighter in that. He's got the really good gadgets.
That's
true. He just kind of seems like he's asleep throughout that whole movie.
Yeah, he's very dull.
But yeah, the thing is, like, Val Kilmer and George Clooney, on paper, like, especially George Clooney, those are, like, the best Batman you could cast. And then the execution was so fucking poor on them.
Yeah. I felt that they were both very dry. Michael Keaton had personality.
And Michael Keaton Michael Keaton is really good. I think his script is what held him back. But he was good enough to act around it.
Christian Bale had personality.
Yes.
Even Adam West had personality. Yeah. But, yeah, like those two, like George Clooney and Val Kilmer, they were just very like, meh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Val Kilmer, he's kind of asleep throughout the whole. Also, he's kind of an idiot in Batman Forever. Like, it takes him so fucking long to figure out the Riddler is Edward Nygma.
Oh.
And it's so goddamn obvious.
He should know that in the first second.
Yeah. Yeah. And then George Clooney, he's kind of an idiot too. Like Poison Ivy. It's like, come on, Poison Ivy is clearly the girl you met the other day.
They want to know what's up with the Red Eye Batman. Like, who's that?
That's Justice League 3000.
Okay,
like
but that's not a film thing, so we're not going there. Yeah. But there you go.
Okay, so let's do Ben Affleck now.
Batman vs Superman. I didn't like that movie at all.
Oh, it's terrible.
But there was one part I kind of liked, and it was when the movie just kind of turned into a Batman movie for like 1 minute, and he's just like kicking people's asses. Do you know the scene I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That scene would have been great if they didn't have him murdering. Like, that would have been an awesome scene.
Well, Michael Keaton was murdering.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
but I'm like, oh, this is close to what I want from a Batman. It's like, oh, but you're having a murder, and that's not really a Batman. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
But I will say though, that scene, if we're gonna rank them by how dangerous they are, like that fucking scene, he's annihilating.
Right.
The fact that he doesn't, like, he has no problem killing, and he's a great fighter.
Yeah. And
his suit is super armored, but it doesn't limit him.
Right.
I think he's like I think he's the top of the most dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if the whole movie was like, not the whole movie, but like a lot of the movie was like that.
Yeah.
I want them to make a movie that is like more like that, because that was fucking awesome. Yeah. And that's the only part of that movie I liked.
I'm surprised they didn't do a scene like that for Justice League, but he was fighting like grasshoppers the whole movie.
Yeah. I didn't like Justice League either.
You know what? I would say, like, he's only good against like regular humans. Mm-hmm. He sucks when it comes to fighting anything else.
Yeah.
Like, he's bad at fighting the parademons. He's also not that smart. He's being manipulated by Lex Luthor, and it's so fucking obvious. And he could have stopped that whole thing by just talking to Superman. Like, Batman would just talk first.
That's true.
He'd be an asshole, because they always write him to be an asshole in those stories. But, so he's not very bright. I feel like if you knew Ben Affleck was after you, if you were a smart enough villain, you could probably set something up for him.
Well, the problem is, he is such an asshole, and, sorry, not to go back to it again, but think about how polite the Adam West Batman was. If he was a little more polite in that movie, the Ben Affleck Batman, he would have talked to Superman, and it would have been fucking fine. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Ben Affleck, I think he might be the most dangerous Batman. Like, Michael Keaton, he's limited in his fighting. Ben Affleck's got everything. He's got the fighting skill. He's got the suit that doesn't limit him, but also protects him. He's got the gadgets. Actually, he doesn't have too many gadgets.
Not as many as Inspector Gadget.
That's true. Inspector Gadget would be the most dangerous Batman.
I want to see Batman versus Inspector Gadget. Because, you know, he is a cyborg. Imagine if Batman was a fucking cyborg. How dangerous that would be.
It'd be even scary.
Yeah, it'd be like a fucking horror movie.
Probably is a cyborg Batman.
Yeah, probably. There's a cyborg Superman, right?
Yeah, Hank Henshaw. So yeah, how are we ranking this? I think it's Affleck, Keaton, Bale, West. What do you think?
Okay, I'm gonna say it is. I feel like this is a little harder for me.
Like, I would not want... Oh, another thing about Ben Affleck.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Michael Keaton as the most dangerous.
Okay.
Because I think that he not only could fight... I mean, look at all the people he murdered with his bare hands.
That's true.
Plus, he had the gadgets.
Yeah.
He's a fucking murderer. Yeah. So I'm gonna go Michael Keaton, actually.
One other thing about Ben Affleck I forgot. we see in that dream sequence, if Batman broke his no gun rule, he is amazing with the goddamn gun. Because he takes out all those dudes in that one scene. So I don't know, I think Ben Affleck might be more dangerous than Michael Keaton, but it's kinda close. And again, Christian Bale, I feel if Christian Bale had the no killing thing, he'd be at the top, but what do you guys think? Who would you rank as the most dangerous Batman?
Yeah, all right, chat, go. Let's see.
Yeah.
Not only that, but why. A brief description of why.
Yeah.